Hey guys, and welcome back to YakWaxLips. My name is Michael, your point-and-click adventurer, and this is episode 6 of Let's Play Broken Sword: The Smoking Mirror. In the previous episode, we had a look around Quaramonte City and ended up in the police station, where this guy is a bit slimy, and we've got to go talk to Ronaldo. Just generally, because he's got lots of stuff to say.
Hi, I'm George Stobbart.
Hello, senor. How can I help you?
Lots and lots of things. Right, this is the musician that's locked up. But we think it's because of a mine. Is that right? Inciting violence.
I'd like to visit your prisoner.
Condemned prisoners aren't allowed visitors.
Condemned?
To death. He is to be executed. Knowing my luck, I will probably have to shoot him myself.
Amnesty International is going to hear about this. I thought Miguel was arrested for playing the wrong kind of music.
Si, senor, he was.
And that carries the death penalty?
No. You think we're crazy? While being questioned, he confessed to being an anti-government agent.
Oh, really? I doubt it.
Are there any ancient pyramids near Quaramonte?
Si, senor. But it's not very impressive. It's in ruins.
That's perfect.
Let's go see the ruined pyramids.
Would you be willing to give a guided tour of the ruins?
I can't. The General would have a fit if I left all this paperwork.
I'm trying to get out of Quaramonte.
If I had $1 for every time I heard that, I'd be able to buy back half my family.
Never mind them. What about my visa?
We don't take visa.
I didn't ask if you take a visa. I want you to give me a visa.
I can't help you, senor. I don't understand these things.
So how are we going to get out then? Oh dear.
Would you like a gourmet dog snack biscuit?
I would love one, senor. But I would have a problem with my teeth.
Toothache?
No, senor. If the General catches me eating on duty, he'll knock them out.
That grin on this guy over here.
Do you recognize this statue?
Tezcatlipoca, the night wind. Take it away, senor. That stone is cursed.
You know anything about this eclipse?
No, senor. El General keeps me in the dark about most things.
Pun intended.
So long.
So long. Right, so we've talked to Ronaldo. Someone in the comments has said that I have to basically just go back and forth between these and until a path shows itself. So let's do that.
I'd asked him all I'd wanted to for now.
All right, fair enough. Let's not do that. Filing cabinet.
The filing cabinet was probably locked.
We still haven't been upstairs in the other place. Just gonna have a quick look, see around here. So we can't go that way. Let's have a look, see if we can get the chart. I imagine we probably can't.
Senor, leave the chart alone.
Leave the chart alone. Let's speak to Nico. Maybe Nico can distract him with her feminine charms.
That man we saw talking to the general was Ubier. Didn't you recognize him?
I never met him, remember? The guy I called in Paris claimed to be Ubier, but he sounded nothing like the man in the police station. Maybe the professor really is innocent.
Nah, it's too much of a coincidence that he's here in Quaramonte.
Something's going on. Right, anything else? Oh, papers. No, I don't want to talk to him. I want to click on the papers.
I had no need for junk mail, especially someone else's.
Okay, monitor. No, I don't want to talk to him. Monitor.
It was a computer monitor with some kind of outdated game displayed on it. I didn't have time to get sidetracked by playing computer games.
Who does that, eh? Who does that? Looks like asteroids. Oh, it's terrible asteroids.
I decided to leave the television switched on.
Well, let's try to go here. And if
I
that
wasn't
doesn't
going
work,
to try investigating the passage while the general was sat there.
Okay, so maybe now we can make him move. We need to distract that guy. There's a drinks cabinet there. Let's see if we can click on the drinks cabinet.
There was nothing else I wanted to talk to Nico about at that time.
Alright, okay. So we can't get that either. Let's try this guy one more time. And then we'll go and have a look upstairs.
I had nothing else I wanted.
Alright, nothing else. Let's go. Let's go to... I'm not sure what was there. What did you say?
Why did you show him the stone?
I thought maybe he might know something about it.
Well, he does now, for sure. He knows we have it.
Yeah, you've got a point.
Did you notice that chart on the police station wall?
Yes, it looked like a map to me, but I couldn't make out the details.
Whatever it was, the general didn't want us to see it. You came on a little strong with the general.
I was merely flattering his ego, Georges. Every man has his Achilles heel.
Maybe, but that guy's weakness isn't in his foot.
Right, let's go over here and have a look what this is. The Quaramonte Mine Company. Right, let's go and speak to these people. Come on, up you go. And then... I'm not sure. Carry on wandering around speaking to people. Maybe we speak to Dwayne
Nico.
again.
Hola, señora.
Hi, we were wondering...
I was talking to the lady, Chico.
Ooh.
Hi, my name is Nico Collard.
Concha Garcia, how can I help you, sister?
The corporation I represent is considering a major investment in Quaramonte. Your advice, as the head of an obviously successful concern, is precisely what I'm after. My assistant, Mr. Stobbart, has a few questions he'd like to ask you.
Smooth move there, Nico. Right. What's the first thing that we have to ask? Of course, it's the mine. So we're going to ask about the panties.
Would you be interested in these panties? They look about your size.
Is that your best line, Chico?
I'm serious. They were an unwanted gift.
Put them away before you get overexcited.
Imagine coming in. I own a really profitable business and I'm a businesswoman. Here's my associate to ask you some questions. And the first thing he does is throw some panties in your face. It's not how I do business.
Have you heard of a man named Karzak?
No? Who is he?
He's the reason we came to Quaramonte. We think he's running a drug ring.
Well, I hope you find him, but I've never heard the name before.
Can you tell me about the accident at the mine?
Accident? It was sabotage. Somebody wanted my mine closed down for good.
Do you have any evidence that the mine was sabotaged?
Not yet, but I'll get to the bottom of it. There'd been trouble at that mine for several months. The workforce was getting smaller every day. Someone had started a rumor among the men that the mine was cursed. Now the entire operation has been closed down.
Where's the site of the mine?
Several days upriver at a remote area known as Teoculcan.
Teoculcan. Why do we have to go there? Right, let's talk about UBA.
Do you know Professor Ubier?
Yes, I understand he is about to embark on an archaeological expedition. He hired some equipment from me earlier today.
I overheard him talking to the general. I think they're working together.
What? If I'd known that, I wouldn't have hired out the equipment. Now, why would the general be interested in an archaeologist?
That is the question. And didn't they say that the mine is now vacant and that they can go and archaeologize the mine? There's a word you've never heard before.
Would you like a dog biscuit?
Would you like a smack in the mouth, Chico?
You deserve that.
Does this stone mean anything to you?
I think it is a spirit stone carved by a Mayan priest, no? I don't know which of their many gods it represents.
Spirit stone. That's the most we've got out of anyone so far.
Can you tell me anything about this statue?
It is Tezcatlipoca, the god of death and pestilence. That fetish would be considered by many to be a bad omen.
But not by you, I guess.
Do you recognize the icon on this label?
Condor Transglobal.
Did the company operate here in Quaramonte?
Yes, they ran an old container ship, the Mayan Princess.
Anything else?
Do you know who owned Condor Transglobal?
I have no idea.
You see this? It's my lucky piece of coal.
What's so lucky about it?
I'm not sure yet.
Oh, hey up.
Nice buns.
Wow.
Have you heard about the forthcoming eclipse?
I don't take much interest in things like that. One of the boys might know about it.
Let's go and talk to one of the boys. Let's go and talk to this boy. Nice little eyebrow, I like that. Anything else?
Hi.
Oh, there you
Good
go.
afternoon, and welcome to Consolidated Mining. If you are planning to stay in Quaramonte City, may I recommend the Consolidated Mining Experience, an interactive hands-on tour of one of our deepest mines, with talking tour guides available in 3 different languages.
A tour of a mine.
Well, this is a mining company. What else did you expect?
I tell you what, I've been on tours of mines before, and I love them. Last one was in the slate mine in Wales, North Wales. For those fact fans wanting to know more, don't remember exactly where, but it was nice. Google it.
Do you know anything about the eclipse that's due soon?
Me? No, senor.
Do you know where I could find Senor Karzak?
No, senor.
Well, that was a
How
short
come
conversation.
You're not wearing any pants?
I feel more alert without them. Kind of perky.
And your boss doesn't mind?
She suggested it.
Oh, something going on there then. See if we can go in the cupboard. Probably not with her right there.
Keep out of there.
We need to get in there, don't we?
That's where the explosives are stored.
Oh, definitely need to go there. Right, let's go speak to these people, see if they know anything about... Not about anything, really. The adventure game. We have to ask, don't we? Did he just pick the phone up so he doesn't have to speak to us? Anything? No? Yeah.
Are you looking forward to the eclipse of the sun?
Not especially. Are you?
I don't know. I've never seen one. All I know about eclipses is that you shouldn't try to view them with the naked eye.
Please. Go away and let me get on with my work.
Ever heard of a guy called Karzak?
Can't you see I'm busy? If I don't finish this stock report, the boss will be mad as hell.
Right, 1 down, 2 to go.
Ever hear of a guy called Karzak?
No, sir.
Did you know there's an eclipse of the sun in a few weeks' time?
Yeah, Joe told me about it. He's having a party and we're all invited. Me and the boys are dressing up as evil monks.
Yeah? Cool.
Cool. Right, last one. See if you got anything to say.
Ever heard of a guy called Karzak?
No.
Not very helpful.
Do you know anything about the eclipse?
Yes, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I heard it's going to be pretty spectacular.
It's in a few weeks' time, isn't it?
9 days.
Thanks.
Alright, so it's in 9 days. He knows something about it. Is there anything else here? Let's talk to Conchita again. Now that we've spoken to everybody else.
I had nothing else to talk about.
Okay, let's talk to Nico.
There was nothing else out.
Okay, so I guess we just go back out again then, yeah? Let's go back out and speak to... I don't know. Speak to these... Let's speak to these guys. Because it's their guy who's getting who's got arrested, isn't it?
Tell me about the general. You know, the guy in charge around here.
We don't want to talk about him, senor.
How come? No one can hear you. Well, only that old goat.
In Quaramonte, we have a saying. Don't tell your old goat what you don't want your wife to know.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Well, it doesn't help. Well, let's see what Pearl has to say. I guess we just keep asking people stuff until something comes to light.
I hear you drove all the way to Quaramonte in a truck.
That's right. You would not believe the state of some of those roads. Makes me downright sad to think there's still some places you can't reach in an automobile. In this day and age, you'd think there'd be decent highways just about anywhere folk choose to go.
You think, would you, Pearl?
Did you know that the truck was full of explosives?
Whatever gave you that idea, as if I couldn't guess?
Your husband. He was exaggerating, wasn't he?
Sometimes I wonder how I'm gonna cope with Dwayne's over-fertile imagination.
Have you met the guy who calls himself the General?
No, I haven't. Is he a real general?
I guess so. He wears a lot of medals on his chest. The wrong side of his chest. At least for any army I'd ever seen. Catch you later, Pearl.
Okay, so let's go over here and speak to Dwayne, and then once that, we'll get back in here and see if there's anything to talk about. Let's see if we can talk through the cell window.
The cell was vacant.
Oh, there's UBA.
Professor Ubier?
Yes? Who are you?
My name is Stobbart. George Stobbart.
Oh, blimey. Let's go with Nico.
What do you know about my girlfriend's abduction?
Don't start like that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She was invited to your mansion in Paris.
Not by me, she wasn't. I haven't been home for nearly 7 months.
Okay. So who invited her then?
Does the name Karzak mean anything to you?
Yes, I know him. In fact, if it wasn't for Kazak, I wouldn't be here.
What?
He's financing my expedition.
Tell me about your wife, Professor.
Please, I don't want to talk about her.
Why not? Let's shoot her.
You shot her, didn't you?
No! I loved Carol. She meant the world to me.
George, you're just very tactless.
Have you ever employed a Central American butler or servant?
I've never employed any kind of servant, monsieur.
Oh dear. I don't think he knows what he's in for.
Would you like a biscuit?
No, thank you.
You should, they're good. I can't get enough of these things.
Oh my God, George.
Can you tell me anything about this stone?
Where did you get that?
That's my business.
How much do you want for it?
It's not for sale.
Oh, well, don't just show him and then... Oh. You need to know more, George.
Can you identify this statue, Professor?
Oh, yes. Tezcatlipoca, the Lord of Darkness.
A Central American god, right?
A supreme deity. Tezcatlipoca means, literally, smoking mirror.
Ooh.
There. You see the mirror shield in his left hand? The Mayans believed he could look into the mirror and see into the hearts of men. He was the wind which came howling in the night in search of victims. And victims they gave him by the thousand.
Human sacrifices?
Men, women, children, animals, anything that bled. The steps of his temple ran red with the blood of sacrifices. The Mayans have a legend that says he'll return one day. I hope I'm not around to see it.
That was a whole chunk of information. Thank you very much, Mr. Ubier.
Do you see this label?
Yes. It refers to a company named Condor. What of it?
I traced that company here to Quaramonte. Do you know where I can find the offices of Condor Transglobal?
The company no longer exists. They went bankrupt recently.
Well, how do you know that?
I have proof that you are directly involved with Condor.
I used them as shippers to transport artifacts to a gallery in Paris. Beyond that, I have no connection with the company, which, as I said, no longer exists.
We've got to try and get something more out of him.
Do you know anything about this eclipse, Professor?
Of course. It's not the reason I'm here in Quaramonte, but I'm looking forward to seeing it all the same.
So why are you in Quaramonte?
What's your interest in the eclipse, Professor?
Oh, it's purely a layman's curiosity. History is my subject, not astronomy. But I've been fascinated by the movements of the heavenly bodies since I was a child. I wouldn't miss a total eclipse for the world.
Does the eclipse have some special significance for you?
For me? No. For the ancient Mayans, it marked the end of the Fifth Age.
Perhaps we should be celebrating.
Ah, no. The end of each age heralds destruction on a global scale. The fifth is the final age, ending in the total destruction of the Earth.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
Take a look at this, Professor. What have you got to say about that?
Where did you get this?
Never mind that. How do you explain these withdrawals?
I left my financial affairs in the hands of my secretary.
Including the withdrawal of funds in cash from your personal account?
I trust Gwyneth implicitly.
And why Marseille? Why the very place my girlfriend was taken?
That's obvious, Stobbart. We are both the victims of the same devious plot.
What plot?
I have no idea.
I have no idea. I'm kind of feeling that way as well, to be honest. Maybe he's wrapped up in something he's not too sure of. Right, let's speak to Dwayne then.
Do you think the general was involved with Condor?
Hell no. And if he's a general, I'm a Buddhist. No, that fella's just a mouthpiece for the real power in Quaramonte.
And who might that be?
So the general is nothing but a puppet?
He's like Pinocchio before he met the Blue Rinse Fairy. Strictly strings and wood.
Who's pulling the strings?
His mother. Better known as La Presidenta, the dictator.
Oh, his mother's the dictator, the president. Right, I'm going to look in this window, because I'm presuming Miguel might be in here.
There was a forlorn-looking guy asleep on the floor of the jail. It was Miguel, the pipe player. Hey, Miguel! He didn't hear me.
Can we throw the lucky piece of coal at him? No. Can we throw the worm at him? No. Probably leave it there then. Right, let's go and see the so-called general one more time.
Hey, Nico!
Hey, Nico, I'm going to see this guy. Right. Speak to General Graciento. Anything else? A map.
Do you have a map of Quaramonte?
A map? I'm sorry, senor, but I don't.
What about the one on the wall?
Ah, that is an archaeological survey map, senor. Not suitable for tourists.
An
I'll be
archaeological
back.
survey map. Maybe we have to speak to Ube about that.
I had nothing else I wanted to have.
Let's try the chart again.
Senor,
Sorry, I forgot.
You forgot. Let's speak to Nico about maybe distracting him, perhaps?
There was nothing else.
No, okay, so... Right, we can't go that way. There's nothing else here that we can get. Let's go back out here. I've got a feeling... Let's talk to Ube again about the... possibly about the map. Because he was the one that was looking at it, wasn't he? If not, then maybe back up to the mining company?
I had nothing else to...
Nothing else. Oh, what about this guy on the wheelie wooden bit? You got anything to say? And if he's got nothing else to say... Oh.
Why don't you want the general at your party?
because if he comes, he'll bring those damned music albums from the 70s.
Oh, well, that was not worth talking to. Okay. So we haven't spoken to the city, the city aspect of it, basically everybody over here. But I'm not sure whether that's what we need to do. I reckon what I'll do is go back up to maybe we have a talk to everybody here one more time and then go up here. But I reckon we're going to do that in the next episode because we've about come time today. A lot of talking today, but we have found out that Tezcatlipoca is the smoking mirror of this game. So that's quite interesting. And the fact that the General's mum is the El Presidente. Anyway, we'll leave it there, guys. Thanks very much for watching. As always, leave a like. Really appreciate it. And until next time, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it is you're doing right now. And take care.